It's Christmas Eve here on the farm and I just want to bake all day. So today, while everybody is away, I am going to be making some puppy chow. And it's not the puppy chow for the puppies, it's the puppy chow for the humans from Chex Mix cereals. So I'm just gonna get started. This is a super easy recipe that I have done before and I really like it. I just have to be careful of what I cook, especially on the holidays, because if you watched a couple of my videos earlier where I made the peanut brittle and I said I have to be careful because I'll eat it all, and then the Carrie's commercial cookies, I said I had to be careful because I would eat them all, and I've eaten all of the peanut brittle by myself and all but probably 12 cookies by myself. So I'm gonna make this, take this over to my daughters tonight for Christmas Eve and to my mom's tomorrow for Christmas, when all of our family is gonna get together. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what we need and get us ready to start this wonderful puppy chow. And guys, if you like my channel, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if there's some recipes that you like, some Christmas traditions that your family usually does, or any gardening information that you want, and I'll try to find that out. As you can see on some of my earlier videos too, we've had an Arctic blast. It is really cold, but it is a whopping 9 degrees today. I'm so excited. But anyway, let's get started on the puppy chow. So what you'll need is 9 cups of chocolate Chex cereal. And actually in this, I thought they all were gonna be chocolate, but they aren't. It's rice cereal, and some of them are chocolate and some of them are just the plain rice. So that is good. So we've got our 9 cups of any kind of Chex cereal that you like. This is gonna have peanut butter in it, so I thought it would taste a little bit like a Reese's peanut butter cup, because we do add peanut butter, so the chocolate and the peanut butter will go well together. We do have 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I just put all of my chocolate chips in a large container together. So I've got large ones and small ones and mini ones. So we've got a lot of different types of chocolate chips in there. And then we are going to use a 1/2 cup of peanut butter. You can use creamy peanut butter or crunchy. Since my husband likes creamy peanut butter, we usually have creamy peanut butter in the house. I'm a crunchy girl, but I don't eat peanut butter that much, and he likes it a lot, or he eats more of it than what I do. So we're going with the creamy this time. And then we're going to need 1 1/2 cups of confectioner's sugar, or the powdered sugar. So that's what we've got in this little container here. And this, to make it festive, I got a little container of chocolate pieces that are red and green, just to add some festivities to this little dessert that I'm having for my family. And then we will need a very large Ziploc baggie. If you don't have a real large one, it's going to take a little bit longer, but it's a large Ziploc baggie, the biggest size that you have on hand. And I've got some parchment paper to set it out just to let it dry. So what I'm going to get started now, I have to have a container that is going to be microwavable safe, because I am going to go back and forth to the microwave and microwave my chocolate and my peanut butter together. And I just remembered I forgot my butter. Give me a second. I think it's a 1/2 cup of butter. A 1/2 cup of butter, so that will be 1 whole stick of butter. Let me run to the refrigerator and get that real quick. I prefer to use salted butter just because I like that, gives it a little bit more flavor. If you cook with unsalted butter and you kind of taste it, you're kind of like, oh, that just has a different flavor. It's because there's no salt in the butter. So just because I like a lot of flavor, and I'm one of those people that if it doesn't taste good, then I'm not going to eat it because it's not worth the calories. Just saying. So anyway, 1 stick of butter. I'm going to turn around here and get a large bowl. which I do need another large bowl because this is actually one of the largest bowls I've got. So I think I need to go to an after Christmas sale and get me a large mixing bowl that I can put in the microwave. But we're gonna try this first. So I've got a large bowl, and I am going to put my chocolate chips, my peanut butter, and my butter in this bowl, and I'm going to just start with 30-second increments, and I'm going to put it in for 30 seconds, bring it out, stir it, put it in for 30 seconds, bring it out and stir it. Some people do use these over like maybe a double broiler or just a small saucepan on the oven top, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just putting it in the microwave just to peanut butter. That was good. Just to make it go a little bit faster. So here I am going to go to the microwave real quick, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. As you can see, this is the first time I did 30 seconds in the microwave. So I'm just bringing it out and just trying to mix it in a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier to melt when everything is incorporated. Okay, this was the second 30 seconds. You can see how it's starting to incorporate. That butter is completely melted. The chocolate chips are starting to melt, so we're just gonna continue to stir this just a little bit more, help it start melting. I think probably one more minute of 30-second increments will be very well for this chocolate and peanut butter and butter mixture. Look at that. That smells so good. I'm in trouble. I really am. Luckily, we got just a couple more months and then it's summertime, and then I'll be outside working in the garden all day and I can lose all this Christmas weight. But it's so good getting Christmas weight by eating goodies. This is the third time I did a 30-second intermittent cook with my peanut butter, and chocolate chips. I don't think I'm gonna have to do it again. There are some chocolate chunks in there, just a little bit. Let's see if I can smooth those out. Okay, we'll go in for 15 seconds just to get that little bit of chocolate chips done. Okay, guys, there we go. So that was 1 minute and 45 seconds. And see, it's just, you just want it to where all of your mixture, your peanut butter, your butter, and your chocolate chips are mixed up really good so that they can be poured on top of the Chex mix. So what I'm going to do now, where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, so I've got a large container. If you have one a little bit larger than this, it would be easier, because the larger your container is, it makes it just a little bit easier and you're not going to make so much of a mess. But like I said, I don't have very many large containers, because when we moved to our forever home, I got rid of everything and didn't think of the large containers that I would need. So there is the 9 cups of Chex Mix. You take your warm hot chocolate or your chocolate chips, butter, and peanut butter melted mixture, and you just pour that straight on top of all of those Chex Mix, the 9 cups of Chex Mix. So we are making a very, very sweet Chex Mix. There are several other types of Chex Mix that you can make that are real savory and salty, and I have some more over there, and I might get to those today. There are some ingredients on those that I did not want in my mixture, so I just didn't put them in. One thing when you are mixing up your Chex Mix, it's best to use a spatula that is a rubber spatula. That way it will likely not break your Chex cereal, and it'll make it easier to mix up. And as you can see, we are just mixing until all of this chocolate is coating the Chex Mix cereal. And I'm just going to continue to do that. And how about that? I'm not making a mess. That's awesome. That's really good when you're not making a mess when you're cooking. It just irritates me when I make a mess. But I guess cooking is messy. I should remember that, huh? But I love cooking, and I love making goodies for my family, and so I thought I would just start doing that today. I have been doing it throughout the last couple of weeks, but I just haven't been videotaping it all. So I thought today, while I'm home for a little bit by myself, I would just go ahead and make some goodies for my family. Okay, guys, let me put this up here so you can kind of see how coated the Chex. Oh, I did make a mess, so I'm gonna have to eat this. Yeah, so it won't be on the counter. Oh my goodness, it does. It tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is, oh wow. That is really good. I forgot how good that was. And so I think this might be my son-in-law's favorite because he loves Reese's peanut butter cups. So I will have to make sure that he has some of this, and there's plenty to go around. Okay, so let me just bring this up to you just a little bit. And see, everything is really chocolatey coated. So now we're gonna do the fun part. Okay, so you're wondering, okay, well, when do you bring in the powdered sugar? Well, 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, large Ziploc baggie, and here we go. We're just going to put this in here, shake it in, and then we are going to put some Chex Mix into the baggie. Oh, perfect. That was a perfect size baggie. So remember, guys, keep those large bags on hand for any just spur of the moment cooking recipe that y'all would like to do, because I am so glad I had that big large one, because that made it so much simpler than having to use smaller container. And okay, I'm glad I had this large Ziploc baggie, because look, all 9 cups fit in this large Ziploc baggie. So that makes it so much easier. And then all I'm gonna do now is just go around. Make sure you get that Ziploc. You don't want to make a mess. So, and then now we're just going to roll it over and roll it over and roll it over until all of this mixture is coated with that confectioner's sugar, or which is also called powdered sugar. So that is how you make puppy chow. And see, we've got some up here that is still kind of chocolatey, so I'm gonna kind of turn it upside down, get that powdered sugar to go to the bottom of that bag. And this is nice and warm. I can feel that warmth on my hands. That's so awesome. And this is all we're gonna do. And it looks like most of it is coated. Let me move this out of the way and get that kind of started to get rinsed a little bit. And I do have my dishwasher empty so that I can put all of those dishes in the dishwasher and start on another project. But what we're gonna do now I'm going to move this out of the way. I've still got my, oh, I did forget vanilla. It's okay, it tasted really well without it. So you would do like a quarter of a teaspoon of vanilla in there when you're mixing, after you mix, put the chocolate mixture in there, and when the chocolate mixture is going in at the same time, use your vanilla, but obviously you don't have to. So anyway, so I've got some parchment paper here. And I'm just going to spread this out. So what I'm going to do now, I didn't want those in there and start to melt with the hot butter or with the hot mixture. So it's not really hot right now. So right now, I'm going to put the chocolate candies that are red and green inside of this mixture. And I did that last because when you're putting that hot melted butter mixture in here, it could easily melt the outside of your candy mixtures, your candies. And we don't want that. We want them to stay in the shape of a candy with their hard candy shell. Okay, guys, so this is it. Let's put this out. And this, how super easy is this? We're going to put it out on the parchment paper. Unfortunately, I'm going to throw this away because that would be really hard to clean. And I'll put my thing in there. So I'm just going to use my hands and spread it out so that this all can start drying. And it will, right now it's kind of moist and gummy, and we want it all spread out so that it can air dry and become a little bit crunchy again. Okay, guys, so tell me if you're gonna try the Chex puppy chow, if you've ever used it before, or any other kind of alterations to the Chex puppy chow mix that you usually do. I think this is going to be so awesome, and I think my son-in-law is going to love it because it truly tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup. How awesome. So guys, thanks for joining me on Christmas Eve, making some goodies for my family while I'm here by myself. And make what you have beautiful, and have a wonderful and glorious Merry Christmas. Keep Jesus in the season, because he is truly why we are celebrating this all around the world.